Have you ever gotten close to someone who seemed deeply kind, intuitive, and emotionally aware, only to have them vanish without warning? If so, you may have experienced the infamous INFJ door slam. But here's the twist. What looks like a cold, sudden disappearance is actually the result of something far more complex. In this video, we'll explore 5 unexpected reasons why INFJs disappear and why the door slam isn't about punishment, but survival. 1. Emotional bandwidth burnout. INFJs feel deeply, often more than they let on. They're constantly tuning into others' moods, processing emotional undercurrents, and trying to maintain harmony. But that kind of emotional labor is draining. When an INFJ disappears, it's not always because of one dramatic event. Sometimes it's just that their emotional bandwidth is gone, and stepping away is the only way they can breathe again. They don't always explain it because they've been quietly managing that burden for far too long already. 2. Pattern recognition overload. INFJs are wired to notice patterns. They don't just see what's happening, they see where it's going. If someone continues showing signs of manipulation, dishonesty, or chaos, the INFJ may not say anything. They internalize it, and when that pattern becomes undeniable, they leave. To others, it may seem sudden, but to the INFJ, they've seen this outcome forming for a while. Walking away isn't impulsive. It's a delayed act of self-respect. 3. Internal moral clash. Few things trouble an INFJ more than a moral disconnect, especially from someone they trusted. If a person's actions begin to conflict with the INFJ's deeply held values, a silent storm brews inside them. They might try to rationalize it, justify it, or forgive it. But once the moral dissonance becomes too great, they quietly shut the door. Not because they hate the person, but because they can no longer align themselves with something that feels fundamentally wrong. 4. One-sided relationships. INFJs give a lot. They listen deeply, support selflessly, and show up consistently. But they also notice when that energy isn't being returned. They won't ask for more. They'd rather silently hope it balances out. But when the imbalance becomes a pattern, they emotionally shut off. They withdraw to protect themselves from further depletion. And when they realize the connection was more about giving than receiving, they walk away, for good. 5. Long-term inner conflict. Sometimes the INFJ disappearance has nothing to do with anyone else. They might be going through an inner transformation, emotional burnout, or existential crisis. When INFJs feel lost, overwhelmed, or spiritually disconnected, they retreat. They pull back, not to punish others, but to reconnect with themselves. This kind of door slam is quiet and internal, more of a cocooning than a cutoff. And if they return, it's usually after they've restructured their inner world. The INFJ door slam isn't loud, dramatic, or cruel. It's a final boundary formed after long periods of silence, reflection, and inner struggle. INFJs don't disappear because they don't care. They disappear because they've cared too much for too long, without feeling safe, seen, or understood. If you've ever experienced it, know this. The slam wasn't sudden. It was the sound of quiet self-protection finally taking shape.